Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing fine and are taking care of yourselves. My name is Kanika Tandon and I'm here with the video of class 7th English 2nd. Today we are going to start the poem Geography lesson, and I'll be explaining you this poem and also giving you the question answers and exercise of it. Starting our today's video with the explanation of this poem Geography lesson. This poem is about a teacher and how he influences his students. The poet feels that we learn from our teachers is much more important than the books they teach us with. What have you learned from your teachers? So basically, this poem is about a teacher um, who is actually influencing, who is actually trying to teach the students of his class that no matter what you do in your life, it is very important for you to go and travel around the world, because the more we travel, the more we learn about the places, the people, and the lifestyles of other people, and there are many other things that we learn from traveling. So let us read what he wants to tell to the students. Our teacher told us one day he would leave and sail across a warm blue sea to the places he had only known from maps and to all his life had longed to be. So here the teacher is telling the students of his own that someday he would travel around the world. How? By leaving the place where he lives and then sail across a warm blue sea. He want to go by a ship, and he want to go and visit the places where he has always wanted to go. The house he lived in was narrow and grey, but in his mind's eye he could see sweet scented jasmine clinging to the walls and the green leaves burning on an orange tree. So he was not a very rich kind of a person. So his house was always narrow and grey as he used to live alone. So it was a very morose type of a home. But his imagination, the eye of his mind, it was very beautiful because he could see all the things that he wanted to see from his in his imaginations, like jasmine that is clinging all to the wall, a wall which has jasmine flowers on, and the green leaves that are there on the orange tree. He spoke of the lands he longed to visit, where it was never drab or cold. I couldn't understand why he never left and shook off the school's strangle hold. Now the person wants to know that why I mean the teacher always spoke of the lands he wanted to visit, to the places he wanted to visit, where it was not neither cold and nor it was non-interesting type of a place. All right, but he was always the poet is like he never understood that why the teacher did not go and meet to me go and go to those places, but why he was there in the school all the time. Then halfway through his final term he took ill and never returned. He never got to the places on the map where the green leaves of the orange trees burned. Now, when the halfway when the final term was halfway, when half of the year was remaining, he was ill and then he never came back. The teacher got ill and the teacher did not come back. And also he did not go to the places on the map that he wanted to go and visit, where there were green trees and there were orange trees, there were green leaves, there were jasmine clinging to the walls. They had never he had never gone to the place he wanted to go. The maps were redrawn on the classroom wall. His name forgotten, he faded away, but a lesson he never knew he taught is with me to the day. And now, since a sudden time has passed and he has died, the teacher has died, he has forgotten, everybody has forgotten him, the walls have changed, but there was one lesson that the poet always kept in mind, that the geography teacher taught him, that I travel to where the green leaves burn, to where the ocean's glass clear and blue, to places our teacher taught me to love, but which he never knew. That he has taught him that he should travel to places where the green leaves burning or the ocean is crystal clear and blue, and that was the lesson that we should be traveling because it teaches us so many things, but the teacher never knew that he has taught me this lesson. With this, the explanation part of the chapter is over. I hope that you have understood it. Let us come on to the question answers now. Coming on to the question answers of the poem Geography Lesson on page number 135. Question number 2 is, read the lines given below and answer the questions that follows. A. But in his mind's eyes, he could see sweet scented jasmine clinging to the walls. Who is he in the above lines? So he refers to the teacher. What do you understand by the middle mind's eye? The mind's eye is the teacher's imagination. How was what he saw different from his routine life? In the teacher's imagination, his house had jasmine flowers and orange trees, while in real life his house was narrow and grey. Question number B. I couldn't understand why he never left and shook off the school's stranglehold. Where did he want to go? The teacher wanted to sail across a warm blue sea to places he had known only on maps. Second, why do you think he never left? So you have to write why do you think that he has never left? So you can write it on your own, or he must have known that he was ill and would not survive for long. Question number third, what does stranglehold mean? So here stranglehold means a complete or overwhelming control. C. But a lesson he never knew he taught is with me to this day. What was the lesson that he taught? The lesson that the teacher taught was to travel the world when you can, to see places that would otherwise see only on maps. Second, why does he not know what he taught? He does not know what he taught because his lesson was not a part of his geography lessons. He taught these lessons unconsciously. How is the reason still with the speaker? How is the lesson still with the speaker? This lesson is still with the speaker as he continues to travel and learn from it. Question number third. When the map was redrawn, do you think the speaker really forgot his teacher? The speaker did not forget his teacher. Even when the maps were redrawn, a new teacher came along as he remembered his lessons of traveling to faraway places. Later, when the speaker grew up, he went to see some of the places that the teacher had shown on the old map and did some of things that the teacher had wished to. Question number 4. Do you think the speaker's teacher taught him a valuable lesson? Justify your answer. The teacher in his own subtle way taught the speaker about how important it was to see the world and learn from the experience. He also taught the speaker that it is not enough to just dream. It is equally important to make those dreams come true. These were the question answers. Let us come on to the exercise. Coming on to the exercise, which is only one in this chapter, making connections. First is complete the following. The teacher talks about traveling to faraway places where he has never been. The teacher's house was narrow and grey. The speaker couldn't understand why the teacher never left the school and went to the places he longed to see. Halfway through the final term, the term teacher took ill and never returned to the school. With this, the chapter is over and I hope you all have understood. Kindly please complete your work in your notebooks and get them checked. And I will see you all in my next video with the last chapter, which is chapter number 10. It is not a last chapter of the book, but since it is the last chapter of the annual syllabus, so we are going to consider it as the last one. I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Have a good day.